the capacity to gain an accurate and deep.
That was 30 minutes already?
It went by quick. It went by super quick. Now I'm gonna do another little what I wrote. That was episode number. Never mind.
Yeah.
It started.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'll start this one up too. Thank you. Last time it was about realizing who's on your team, and then, like I said, more importantly, who your team leader is. And you might have one or two, or you might be that team leader. And then you should really support the leader as much as you can, more than you support maybe any other thing in your life. Support that person, because you can't do it by yourself. Nobody can. And it depends on how fast you want to get to where you want to get to. Like for me, I'm about to be 32 next week. Shout out to all the Scorpios. November 6th. What's cool about November 6th, like if I'm out, it's gonna be on a Sunday. Like if I'm out at Rum Punch and I go to an after party, at 2 a.m, the clocks will roll back 1 hour. So I got an extra hour to be out. That always happens on my birthday. That's pretty cool. Plus there's gonna be an eclipse, some type of lunar eclipse 2 days after that. Just a whole side note. But support your leader. You should be around them a lot. And like I said, I'm about to be 32. So I'm really just sick and tired of being sick and tired. I want to get what God wants me to have, like, as soon as he wants me to have it. So now he has me enjoying the moment with my family, being around them a lot more, and enjoying my place that I made. It's a place that I like to spend time in, enjoying that while I can. This might help you discover who your team is. Can you be quiet around someone when you're hanging out with them? Can you, like, sit on the couch and just be really regular around them? Or do you gotta feel like you gotta do something? You can't just sit there, you know. Just sit there. People that you can be quiet around, awesome. Those people are awesome. Those are the ones you gotta hang out with. Keep them close. So, how's your relationship with yourself? Can you be quiet? Or you always gotta call somebody and talk to somebody? Can you be quiet with yourself? Can you go to dinner by yourself? Obviously, watch a movie by yourself, that's easy. I'd rather watch a movie like at the movie theater. Just in case I wanna cry or something, I don't want nobody around me. But go out by yourself. A lot of people do that. But those same people probably have a hard time being around others. And like I said, in my opinion, where we're headed, you're gonna need a team. And that team is gonna have to have a plan. And you're gonna have to have a role. That's what I like about my mom, my stepdad, my brother, my little 14-year-old sister. Well, she'll be 14, I think, in December. Or maybe 15, I don't know. Everybody got a role. And sometimes those roles change. Just recently, my stepdad, Russ, he was in the office and my mom was working at the front desk. And those were our roles. My brother, he does billing, so he don't gotta be there. You know, that's a remote job. But I started noticing Russ was getting really tired. I was looking in his eyes. And not a lot of people would say this. First of all, not a lot of black men gonna have a relationship with their stepdad to even talk to him. Don't even like that nigga. You know what I'm saying? But I do. Because if you're gonna be around, then we're gonna have to make this work. We're gonna have to have defined roles on where we're going. It's a family business, so we can't be tripping over each other's feet, and we can't have wasted space. Two people doing the same job, that can't happen. You go over there, I go over here, we just meet back up in the middle. So I noticed he was getting real tired, and I was like, just make a long story short because I ain't got time. I said, please just go home. For November and December, you don't have to come back up here. Go rest. He's done so much for the family just this year alone. He hasn't even had time to really breathe consistently. He's always thinking about the next move, the next money move, and things like that. If I know him now, he's thinking about it right now, but at least he ain't up here at the office getting phone calls and things like that. He has great value. When he came into the family business, Diabetic Souls in Marietta, open about 4 days a week, 10 to 4, come holler at us. Schedule an appointment first. When he came onto the business, he let us know about factoring so we can get paid quicker. He knew about grant money. He hooked us up with the grant money. I don't even want to say how much we made, but it was amazing. He was working on this one problem that was like $1,000 problem. He was working on it for like a month and a half. And nobody was thinking, I wasn't even thinking, because you get so caught up in the day-to-day tasks that you'd be like, wait, should I be doing this? So I walked up to him and I was like, stop doing that and work on rest. Stop doing everything. Rest so you can hear the voice of God on what you should do next. He's the one who transformed our medical company after we've been in business for like, we're going on 20 years. He transformed it to astronomical numbers. So him remaining at rest and not being overworked is valuable. Me coming in like a wrecking ball, saying things that people probably would never say till they step dead, that's my place. That's one of my roles. I'll come in and say some stuff that people thinking about saying or probably said it, but it's just different coming from me. I love how we all respect each other. It's a beautiful thing. The dynamics of my family is very beautiful. It's really unheard of. It's rare. Like I said, most black men don't have a relationship with their father, number one. I know my dad don't even like talking to me. But then when you got your stepdad, you ain't really developing no friendship. Y'all go out to eat together or hang out. Ain't nobody doing that. It's rare. But because it's rare, it's a lot of value in it. What we have been doing for 30 years is probably not rare. Do something rare. That's where God is. He's in that rare area, that untraveled area. That's where he is. That's where he wants you to be. You keep doing the same thing you're doing, trying to get them thinking you're getting the same results. And you already know that's the definition of insanity. So are you concerned with getting what you want out of the friendship? Like more concerned with that you forget to enjoy the friendship itself? Is intimacy more powerful than insight? And this is speaking to me. Sex with a woman. All the women, you sacrificing the insight of that person, because then it's all about the sex. Then the business, the potential business that woman knows is just gone or ruined or second guessed. It's fractured. Instead, if you were to just approach it with straight business, now you got a business partner. And just imagine all the women that you had sex with or all the men that you've had sex with that could probably be potential business partners. Maybe. That's an untraveled area right there. Because everybody gonna do the sex, but everybody ain't gonna do the business first, or at least the friendship. That's an untraveled area. That's where God is. He's in that place that you haven't tried yet, consistently. So I was gonna give an example, but I gotta say that again. God is in that place that you haven't tried yet consistently. An example is, you know a lot about a celebrity, but does the celebrity know you? And more importantly, what do they think about you if they did know you? You know, how's your face card? I remember somebody said they was going to a dealership and the guy was like, tell them I sent you over there. You know, face card. So when they got there, he was like, yeah, what's the name sent me over here? Who? We charging you more. You know, your relationship. How's your relationship with God? What does he think about you? Okay, so these are some things that I was just writing down. I always say this, remember who you are. Remember who you are. How much power you got. You're not just a worker or somebody that does tasks and completes them at a high rate. You are very, very amazing. We don't spend time in that area enough. You're more than your job title. You're more than a husband, a wife, a son, a brother, a sister. You way more than that. That ain't even who you are. At the end of time, when it's gonna be a new heaven and a new earth, we might not even be in relationships anymore. You might not be a husband at that moment. You might just be a person. and you just imagine that, like your soul outside of this dimension. At that point, you're just a person at the foundation of who you are. You're no longer in your role. You are above it all. All right, so remember who you are. Remember, things aren't as they always seem. And you might not know how things truly are until you clean them up and see what's underneath them. Find your passion and protect it. Go full speed once it's protected. Gather your acorns. Improve. Don't impress. Be real to yourself. I got to get this one in white, Jay. I need this in white and brown and dark green for free on house. Shout out Jay. That's my brother. This is production. Remember, you are where you are now because you spoke it and you believed it. What takes you away from God? Or if you don't believe in God, it's okay. What takes you away from your mind and the best place is that you would like for it to be in? Your mind has a place that feels comfortable at its highest, most productive place. It's like a place that your mind can be, and it's like you really like being there. You're like, well, I like this place. What takes you away from that place? Ask yourself. And I'm asking myself, how long do you want to stay in that place that you are at your most productive? And why do I not want to, why do I want to do things that take me away from that place? You see, now we're not talking about God, Jesus, or nothing. This is a safe place. The reason why I don't stay in that place is because I like to fall back and do things that my body want to do. That's what it is. Natural, supernatural. So we think it's like a manly thing to want to do certain things. Like it's an alpha male type of thing to want to do certain things. When a supernatural man is above all natural. So what you think an alpha male would do, that's still like an alpha male is the top man, but a supernatural man is above anything natural. It's above even an alpha male. So an alpha male is something like an apex predator. It's a lion, or a polar bear, a dragon. Is it's still physical. We're talking about super physical, something outside of this dimension, the highest of the high, mind. And so if I want to do, that's just childhood trauma, me being raised a certain way, thinking that this is what you should be doing when it ain't. You should be more of a family man and spending so much time with your team, whoever that is. That's why I say family is just your team. Instead of being so attractive to what we was probably raised wrong to be attracted to. Go to that untraveled area and give it a try. Because we've been trying this for so long. One of the main reasons I don't stay in that area for too long is because of self-worth. I don't feel like I deserve the best things. I feel like if you ain't struggling to maintain it or to get it, then like sometimes when I talk to people, it's really awkward. The most awkward person to talk to are people that really kind of got it together for me. But it ain't like that right now. Right now, it ain't like that. I love those people. People that got it together, I love them. I was raised for so long by my mom, a single mom, for basically, let's say 20 years. I seen her run in behind people, helping them. And she never felt comfortable around people that had it together. Like certain men that didn't want her or didn't want to. Certain men that loved her mind more than her body. I remember those men. I can feel their energy. Cause you know a dog when you see one. You know, he's slobbing and, we get comfortable around that. But it was every now and then, it was a man that was after her mind and not her body. And she would be really uncomfortable around him. That's me. That's who I was raised by. Unconsciously, I was raised by that. So when I'm around certain females, women, that kind of got it together, boy, I'd just be like, this is different. Because you always feel like you got to do something. It's an untraveled ground for me. And I love that area. Like I say, I love that area. It's so peaceful over there. It's like, whoa. I love that area. That's a nice place to be in. That was one of the things I wrote about right here. What takes your mind away from that place? Self-worth. Not thinking I deserve that. Did you know? I didn't know this. Did you know? Me and my brother was talking about this last week. I had no clue. Did you know that there are people that exist that are really at peace with themselves? They kind of like, whatever problems they have, they don't really let them overflow to you and be like, can you deal with this? You know what I'm saying? They'll keep them to themselves. And as a matter of fact, they dealing with them in such a great way that when you dig deep with them, you'll realize that, whoa, you really are handling that pretty good. You're not hiding it, but at the same time, you're not giving it to me. Because it's people that exist that got problems and they like to give them to you. And then they be like, I'm going to see you on Monday. Can you have that back on my desk by Monday? It's people that do that. And we get used to dealing with them, being like a Mother Teresa. Being like, oh yeah, you want this back Monday? I probably have it back by Sunday. Right, like we get used to that. And then the people that comes like prepackaged, already pretty good, we don't really want to hang out with them people. It's like, it's uncomfortable. It's like, it's rare. But what I'm noticing is that I'm starting to attract those people that got it together. I had to talk to my mom a couple weeks ago. I was like, because if we believe if the law of attraction, if it's true, then I've been attracting people that ain't really got it together. That means I ain't got it together. And I'm always in moments or in situations that ain't together in the first place. So now that I stopped, normally like going out, being out late, popping bottles, all this and that. Now that I started reading, studying, spending time with my family, it's creating an energy, an attraction, a wave that same wave can only get to me. That's what law of attraction is. You creating that energy that only that same energy can be received. As a matter of fact, that other energy is being pushed away. They can't even get in touch with me if they want to because of what I'm doing. It's like it's a force. It ain't like, it's a force field. If you think law of attraction is real. And the Bible talks about your real guard would be his glory. You ain't got to you ain't got to watch your back. God got your back. Keep your face towards him. It's kind of like you running from the enemy and I'm shooting right behind you. I'm shooting the enemies right behind you. Don't even, just keep running, baby. I got you. So that's like how I look at it. But I wanted to say that last part. And I probably can't stress this enough. Protect your team leaders. Figure out who your team is. Protect your team leaders. Spend time with them. Why not? Why would you stay by yourself thinking you can do it by yourself? Studying by yourself. Now with your team, you can put your troubles, you can bring your troubles to the center of the table. Because that's your team. And we're going to hold you accountable. We're going to check back in next week and be like, so where are you with this? Because that's what I do. You ain't going to just try to come to me and bring a problem. And then you're going to come back the next week with the same problem and haven't had no progress. That. Because I had the same answer for you, but that's my words going out and falling to the ground. And that makes me feel bad. Because now you're not listening to me. So now you being mean to me. So, as usual, Acts chapter 17:11, don't believe nothing I'm saying. Try it on, in bite sizes. See if it works. I encourage you to read The Hymn of the Pearl and The Richest Man in Babylon, and obviously the Bible, the book of John, the book of Proverbs, Psalms, and the book of Revelation, if you dare. And that's really about it. I'm going to try to get another one on Friday. 2 more. So this was the second one. All right, baby. That's all she wrote. Golly.